Hi everyone, welcome to my bonus Christmas design class. I'm going to show you how to create these two cute Christmas designs for you to use in the salon. So we're going to start with preparing two tips. I already removed the shine from them, so it's a little bit quicker. And first of all, we're going to start with painting on the background in a nude color. So the nude I'm going to use is actually the Ornament Gel Nude that is a brand new product from Crystal Nails collection. It's an amazing product to create any sorts of ornaments, little detailed kind of nail art, hand-painted nail art. But as you can see, you can also apply it on the full surface of the nail if you wish. I really like the color of it, so this is what I'm going to use for my background. Okay, I put that one into the lamp. And now this one can go into the lamp as well. So my backgrounds are now cured. We will start with the design number 1. So first of all, I want to start with applying a sticker. It's Magic Stripe sticker from Crystal Nails in silver color. So we're going to pick up one of the stickers. And I'm going to cut just enough sticker for me to use. This ornament gel cures without sticky layer, which is perfect for my sticker to stick perfectly to the surface of my tip. So if you use a color that has a sticky layer, I recommend that you use a non-sticky top coat in between, just to make sure that that sticker attaches itself perfectly and doesn't move. So I'm going to place it in the center, and then I'm going to curve the edges. Pull it to one side, and then I pull it to the other side. I'm creating like a rounded shape with my sticker. When I'm pulling my sticker, I am trying to stretch it. In this way, my sticker won't have any wrinkles in it. So make sure you stretch it a little bit, and after you apply it, make sure you press it down very well. Okay, and I'm going to need another piece. It can be thinner, it can be thicker. The stickers come in different thicknesses. They have thicker stripes and thinner stripes. We can play with that a little bit, and we can apply different thicknesses. I think it would look really nice too. So now I'm going to apply it on the top. First I attach the sticker in the center of my tip, and then I try to pull it down and stretch it. I love these stickers. I think, oh, it snapped, but that's not a problem. We can just put it back where it snapped and press it down. Just make sure there is no gap. So I really like working with these stickers. They give us this kind of foil effect, but they're so easy to work with. Again, press it down Press it down very well just to make sure there's no wrinkles. And any excess sticker on sides, we can just use a nail file and get rid of any excess. Okay. Brush off any dust from the surface. And the stickers are now attached. We have to protect them with top coat. Just to make sure that they will stay on really nicely. I'm using Cool Top just to seal it all nicely. I cap the edges slightly just to make sure that the sticker is not going to come off. Especially on the client, it's especially important. So I'm going to continue using my my ornament gel nude to create like a jumper effect on my tip. So I'm going to pick up a little amount and place it on my palette. And now, just to make it a little bit more visible, I'm going to add a little bit of white to it to make it a little bit lighter. Always add white to the nude, not nude to the white. In this way, we are not wasting the product, because white is super highly pigmented. And if we start adding nude to the white, we might be mixing too much product. Okay, now I'm going to just compare it to the color of the background to see if the difference is visible enough. If it's not, go back to your white and pick up a little bit more. We don't want the difference to be standing out too much, but we want to be able to see the difference between these two colors, so the jumper effect is more visible on the surface. Okay, I think that's enough. So I'm going to use my zero long brush for this technique. And I'm going to start from the center. And I'm going to create like a zigzag kind of shape. Something like this. And now another one below it. And another one below that one. And I do the same to the sides of my tip. And this side as well. Okay, so that's the shape that we're going to create. And now we have to fill and make these lines a little bit thicker. So I pick up more product on my brush. And I'm going to make them thicker and a little bit more 3D as well. The more 3D you're going to make them, the more visible they're going to be on the surface. But of course we don't want to go crazy with the thickness, because the product might be a little bit hard to cure. However, the ornament gel cures really nicely even in a thicker layer. So if you do want to create a little bit more 3D effect, You can do it with ornament gel, no problem. And it will cure really nicely without any shrinking, without any other problems. So you can see that the ornament gel, if you watch my other Christmas design class, I used ornament gel for a swirl technique, and I also painted the snowflake with it. So it's such a great product for any kind of hand painted designs. Ornament gel cures without any sticky layer, so it's perfect for creating designs on top of the surface of the nails, and also sugar effects and many more other techniques. Okay, so my center is done. I'm going to do the sides exactly the same. So I really like this jumper effect kind of design, and by just doing it on just like 2/3 of the tip, I'm cheating a little bit, and I'm making it a little bit quicker for myself. And I think it looks really interesting by dividing the space on the tip, adding the sticker. I think clients would be happy with this kind of design. And just a tiny finish off here. Okay, so 2 sides are now done. And let's do the other one, the left side. So make these elements a little bit wider, not too skinny. And try to create a consistent thickness to all the elements. Okay. So that's it done. I just went over a tiny bit over the silver, so I'm just going to clean it off before I cure it. Okay, so before we cure it, we are going to sprinkle a clear acrylic powder on top of it to give it a matte finish. So I pick up with my spatula or with my cuticle tool, I sprinkle on the surface, shake off any excess and pop it into the lamp. Okay, so this is now cured. We're going to remove any excess powder from this tip, and we're just going to finish this design by painting a little cute white ball on the top. So again, I'm using my ornament white gel and my zero long brush. So you load your brush with the gel, pick up a small bead, and we're going to start with painting one side of the ball. So like a little, almost like a heart shape on one side. And then the same on the other side. They don't have to be exactly the same. So if one side is a little bit bigger, one side is a little bit smaller, it's not a problem. Now we're going to paint the ribbons. So the ribbons, I'm going to place my brush down and pull it to the center. And again the same on the other side. Place it down, pull it to the center, and now we can also pull it to the outside, something like this. And now just the center of the bow, it's going to be like two little lines in the middle. They are just a little bit curved. I just want to correct here something. Okay, and once you're happy with your bow, we can pop it into the lamp for curing, 1 minute curing time. Okay, so my design is now fully cured, and we can move on to the second one. So on my second design, the color of the background is now already cured. I'm going to start with applying a little bit of gem glue gel. This is the product to attach crystals on the surface. The crystals, they stay on for weeks perfectly without budging. So we're going to pick up a bit of gem glue gel and create a round shape. It doesn't have to be thick, but not super thin either, because we want all the crystals to attach to it perfectly. Okay, so the next step, we need crystals. You can decide to use any color whatsoever. I'm just going to use these opal color crystals. They are like white opal. And I'm going to use a few different sizes. So we want to have a couple of big ones in there and some small ones also. So this is size 8 I'm using. So I'm using one size 8 and I'm going to use a couple of size 6. To pick up my crystals, I use the Crystal Nails crystal picker pen. It's really nice. It has the wax end on one end to pick up the crystals, and the other one a metal end to move the crystals around on the surface, which is really useful. So I'm applying different sizes of my crystals. So I'm mixing the sizes. Okay, so we want to achieve something like this. It doesn't need to be perfect at this point, because we can still move it before we cure it. And before we cure it, we are also going to apply some of the silver beads in the gaps between the crystals. So I'm using my phantom brush, but you can use any brush whatsoever for this kind of technique. And I'm picking up many tiny caviar beads and I place them in between the crystals just to fill the gaps and to create a rounded shape to my bauble. So we need quite a few beads just to fill all the tiny little gaps. So I'm filling all the tiny little gaps with the beads, with the caviar beads, just to create a rounded shape. Okay, so at the end of this bauble, I want to add just a few tiny crystals, just a few tiny beads, just to create like a point to it. Make sure you're happy with your shape, because we can still change it before we cure it. Okay, I think that's enough. Just a couple more here. Okay, we can cure it into the lamp now. And now, while my tip is curing, I'm mixing just a few beads. I'm going to need just a few with my cool top. I'm not going to need too many, so I'm just mixing just enough. Okay, so this is now cured. Again, I go into my gem glue gel and I apply just a dot here. And I pick up an extra crystal to apply. Just there. And before I cure it, I'm going to apply a few extra beads that I mixed with the cool top. And I create a little chain. Just like this. Okay, and once you're happy with it, we can pop it into the lamp. Okay, this is now cured. So we have to protect the crystals with the top coat. We are not applying the top coat on top of the crystals because we don't want to lose the shine. But we are just going around the crystals just to make sure that they are all nicely secured on the sides and edges and nothing is going to come off. and back into the lamp. Okay, so this is now cured. We are going to paint a bow on top of this bauble. So to be able to create like almost like 3D looking bow, we are going to need two different products. So first of all, I apply a small amount of cool top on my palette, and I pick up a small amount of ornament white gel and I mix it into my clear cool top. Always pick up a tiny bit, mix it into your clear and see what color you're getting, because we need to achieve a semi-transparent white color. If we add too much white immediately, the color is going to be too pigmented and we won't be able to achieve the effect that we want. So always add it in stages. Okay, so I'm going to paint a shape of a bow with this mixed product. So I pick up with my 0 long brush, and first of all I create the sides of the bow and make this bow nice and big. So again, we are trying to achieve like a heart shape kind of on each side. Okay, and same on the other side. Always start from the outside and pull it to the center. The sides don't have to be exactly the same. I try to make them similar size, but if one side is a little bit bigger and the other one is a little bit smaller, it's not really a problem. Okay, we will give it a quick flash cure. Just 10 seconds is enough. And now we are going to create the ribbons. So place the product down and pull it into the center. And then we pull it down a little bit. Place the product down, pull it in, and then correct the shape. I'm just making sure that I'm happy with the shape. Or do I need to change something before I cure it again? Okay, I will flash cure it again. And we will add the center. The center is kind of a squarish shape. and we can pop it into the lamp for about 1 minute. So the mixture that I used is a mixture of cool top, which doesn't have a sticky layer after it's cured, and ornament gel, which also doesn't have a sticky layer after it's cured, which means the product won't have any sticky layer after it's cured. So we don't have to top coat it with anything. To finish off the design, we are going to create an outline to the bow. So I'm using the white ornament gel again, and I use a very small amount of product, and I'm going to highlight the bow. So I start with the sides of the bow, pull it into the center, and here I'm going to create a little loop of the bow on top, like this. And I'm going to repeat on the other side. First I create the shape, I highlight the shape of the bow, and create a loop. Now a couple of lines, just to kind of imitate the creases of the bow. And now we're going to highlight the ribbons. Now we start from the outside and I pull the lines to the middle, to the inside. In this way, my lines in the middle are always thinner. Just a few corrections. And we can also highlight the center. Curved line. And curved line on the other side. So it's kind of a square shape with a little curved line, with a couple of curved lines on both sides. And I'm just making sure that I'm happy with everything before I cure it. Remember, before you cure it, we can still correct mistakes because we are working with gel, and the gel doesn't set without the lamp. So if there's something that you're not quite happy with, we can still correct mistakes. Okay, I'm going to pop it into the lamp. And fully cure this one for 1 minute. And just the very last thing that I want to do, just to give it a little bit more dimension. This color that I used here on my previous design, the nudie color, I'm mixing just a tiny amount of black to it to create like a grayish nudie, dark nude kind of grayish color. We literally need a tiny amount, and we are going to apply it inside the loops of the bow, just to give us that depth. Okay, that's it. Let's cure it again. Okay, this design is now fully cured. You can see it now. So these are the two designs that we covered in this tutorial. I'm hoping you enjoyed it and you learned something new, and I'm hoping that you will be using it in your salon work over Christmas period. If you like this video, make sure to give us a like and subscribe to the channel if you'd like to see any more tutorials. Thank you so much for watching. Bye!